Hi, my name is Steven. This is a video about my situation and why I'm in treatment or recovery, whichever you'd like to call it. Um, First off, I'd like to send a thank you to the person who I have hurt the most through all this, and who also is my biggest advocate, and the person who continues to advocate for me, and also who is bringing you this page on GoFundMe in my behalf. I'm not going to name that person, but they know who they are. Thank you. My story kind of goes like this. I spent the last 7 years in prison, and I recently got out. Within the last about 3 months ago, and I'm having a hard time. I spent the last 7 years in prison, and I spent at least 5 of those years in the Hull, or the administrative segregation unit. So I'm having a hard time adjusting back to society, mainstream, and I quickly reverted back to some familiar territory, things that were comfortable, which in my case was drugs, namely meth. This time, I compounded my problem with drugs by also using opiates, and quickly became addicted to that as well. Um, so, basically, I spent the last several months doing drugs, and I had a opiate overdose within the last month, and I was brought back with Narcan by some people that were there, also drug addict people. And then about 2 weeks ago, I am certain that the drugs that I did were meant to kill me. I don't know what exactly was in it, but I did a shot of ice that had been laced with something, and immediately started hallucinating. And I walked out of the house I was in and walked around Kansas City and Independence for the next 2 days, completely out of my mind, and scared to death of everything around me and things that I was seeing that weren't there. And it was a terrible experience, man. It's the worst thing that I've ever been through. And I broke down. I was scared. It takes a lot to scare me. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't shake easily. So the fact that I was scared that I would never come back out of this, it says something about how traumatic the experience was. But woke me up. I just had a heroin overdose where people literally found me blue and purple and brought me back to life with Narcan. And that didn't do it, I guess, because I didn't experience the scary part. It was painless, but this hallucination trip, wandering through the city, not knowing if I was ever going to be right again, that was a scary experience. And it woke me up to the fact that I can't live like this. And I see the people around me now all gathering together and love me and are happy for me, and it lets me know how much people want this for me, and how much hurt that I bring into their lives by continuing this lifestyle that I've been living. And I don't want to hurt the people that I love anymore. And I do never want to experience the anything like I went through that day. And I just can't even describe how much that opened my eyes to the fact that I do have life to live. And there are people out there that love me that I need to be available for. But I would also like to bring attention to another situation. The people, I'm pretty sure, I've heard that the needle exchange program ran here in Kansas City is actually an illegal operation. Like, the people that run it and distribute the needles to the homeless and the poor and the drug addicts are actually doing it at risk of their own freedom. But however you feel about the needle exchange program, I would like to mention that they also distribute Narcan with the syringes, and that's the only way that people in Kansas City get Narcan is through the needle exchange. It actually puts Narcan on site, available at the drug users and drug addicts' houses. So I personally have witnessed countless lives being saved with these shots of Narcan that have been made available by these people. So those people are the untold heroes in all this. They've probably saved more lives in Kansas City than anyone can claim, and mine included. My life was saved by 3 shots of Narcan that nobody would have had if it wasn't for the needle exchange. So I want to give a shout out to those people, and I want to give them credit for all the lives they have saved here in Kansas City, including mine. And this is just my story about why I'm here in treatment. And I would also like to mention, the fact that the person advocating for me and the person who's bringing you this video, this webpage, is also the person that will be managing any funds collected from this site. The money's not going to go directly to me. It's going to be going to this person advocating, who I love very much and who has my best interest in mind. Alright guys, thank you everybody. Bye.